They've banned Google, they've banned Facebook, they've shut down 2/3 of the internet, they're censoring it. They have a tendency to crack down on billionaires that they think are getting too big for their britches. And China, whether we like China or we dislike China, China represents in a lot of ways a difficult situation for the West because they've got concentration camps with the Uyghur community. They're suppressing freedoms in Tibet. The 90 or so million people that represent the Chinese Communist Party are trying to glue down and glue shut a very amazing civilization. Banning Bitcoin makes total sense because Bitcoin represents liberty. Bitcoin represents libertarianism. It represents freedom, mobility of your capital. And the Chinese are really trying to control all that. I predict that that won't be a great outcome for them politically. I would just point out to your people that one-party systems have a 70 or so year life expectancy. It's actually below human life expectancy of 78 years. And what happens is they topple due to the heavy-handedness. That would be the Soviet Union, 70-year life expectancy. The Mexican one-party system ended after 70 years. You guys know that in Malaysia, they had a one-party system for about 70 years. That ended about 3.5, 4 years ago. And so the Chinese are in overtime now. And I would call for them to think about more reforms and giving their citizens an opportunity for more freedom. I don't know why they're so concerned about that because, you know, in the West, I think the elites have done a pretty good job of managing that for themselves in terms of staying in power. I don't really see how that would cripple the Chinese Communist Party if they allowed for more freedom of expression. But, you know, Bitcoin's banned for now, but as you know, they keep announcing that they've got to ban Bitcoin. Every 6 months, they send out another announcement, Bitcoin's banned. That's because Bitcoin is on USBs in China. Bitcoin is seeped into their system, whether they like it or not. Maybe they took down the miners, but you're not going to see Bitcoin go away. You have over 180 million wallets globally. If Kathy Wood is right, there'll be 1 billion wallets by the end of 2025. And China will have to accept some form of that digital currency, whether they like it or not. I think they will eventually have their own blockchain. I think what they're trying to figure out is they need that blockchain to be impregnable. Just imagine, God forbid, if they launched a blockchain-based digital currency that somehow got hacked. Now, they don't want to use a Western backbone. They don't want to use the backbone of an Algorand or an Ethereum. They're going to have to develop it on their own. I think that's why it's taking longer than people expected. But I mean, just imagine the social power of having your own digital yuan. You've got all this artificial intelligence now in the society overlooking people. You've got all of these cameras everywhere. You could set a social score for people. And if their money was on their phones or easily traceable, you could lift the money from them if they weren't doing things that you liked. And so this could be a great force of social control for the Chinese Communist Party. So I predict it will happen, but I think one of the reasons why it's been delayed is they're trying to create their own system, not using the backbone of some of the other systems that have already been created.